Hello folks, I hope that you're having just a great and safe day today. Keep yourself safe in our modern COVID world especially. So today I want to take a look at the next book in the Harper's Hall trilogy. This is Dragonsinger and so forth. So I've already reviewed for you Dragonsinger, which was written by Anne McCaffrey as well, which was the first book in the trilogy. It was also the third book published in the Dragon Ladders of Pern series. This is the fourth book published in the Pern series, although it was not a part of the original trilogy. The original trilogy is not finished until book 5. That's published a White Dragon. She had some readers block, and so she wrote these two books for young adults before she went back to finish up that trilogy. Had some ideas for the White Dragon and so forth. So this is the character of Menolly, which is spelled M-E-N-O-L-L-Y, in case you're curious. And it's going to follow her along, and it takes place just a couple of hours after the first book ends, and it only goes a week into her journey, and so forth. What happened in the last book, just to kind of get you caught up with what happened in Dragonsong, was that Dragonsong was basically set in a far-flung corner of Pern, a small little Harper home, where there was this Harper, this older gentleman, and so forth, and women and girls are not considered good trainers or musicians, and so forth, and should not be really investing her time in those things. That's not good, proper work for women in this culture and society. And Menolly is born with incredibly strong, talented musical gifts. And this older Harper in their hold is someone who actually magnifies it, works with her, mentors her, and so forth, takes her under his wing, and develops and tutors her in ways of music. And because Harpers are so respected and so forth, there was not a lot of pushback from the community. As a result, he dies, and after he dies, she actually is the only person in the community capable of teaching the children. So she does so until the next Harper is appointed. When the next Harper is appointed, then she's removed. She's sent back to her old roles of not being able to sing, teach, write music, and that sort of thing. She flees the hold and lives life holdless, which is difficult during Threadfall. And as a reminder, this world is set on Pern, a far-flung colony, in a future of people who have rejected, if you will, modern technology in favor of older technology. Not necessarily, it's kind of like celestial Quakers, if you will, or Shakers, that find value in older technology. So you have this middle-aged technology planet, which has been around for centuries. But unfortunately, there is a celestial star that orbits this body every 200 years. And it gives off this deathly material that the locals call thread that will eat and kill people. And so they have developed methods of and an infrastructure to handle that, because it's weak to fire. And there is a local dragon-like creature that can fly. It's lizards. It can breathe fire after it eats a certain rock. It can teleport from one place to another, so they can teleport in the skies and breathe fire and destroy thread before it falls to the ground, thus hurting people. So she has left during Threadfall. She impresses 9 smaller versions of dragons called fire lizards, which is highly unusual. She'll actually teach them how to harmonize with her and so forth, so they'll actually sing along with her as she's singing her songs and playing instruments and so forth. You'll find out in the first book, in the later part, that her mentor from her Harper hold was somebody who was so supportive of her that he actually sent some of the songs that she wrote to his old master, and like the overall Harper master, and he's been searching for her ever since, not knowing that she's actually a male, and so forth. He'll actually find her at the end of the first book, and then he'll offer her to become an apprentice in the Harper's Hall, to become a Harper, and she agrees to do so. So that's the end of the first book, and the beginning of the second book is with her arriving at Harper's Hall, which is this sort of, it's like a cosmic, a central place for all the people across the world to learn music and learn how to become Harpers, and that sort of thing. She is the first female apprentice in its history, and so forth, so she can't live with men, she can't deal with all these other things. So your central conflict is going to be about where she is and finding her place in this world. And so forth, and her fire lizards too are also part of that. We're finding herself in this new world, this world of men Harpers, but she is yet just as talented, or if not more so, and more learned than some of these apprentices, and so forth. But she can't live with them. She can't go with the same classes as them, and so forth. And so this is going to be the central tension then of Dragonsinger. Then as a result, as you have this sort of central finding of herself in this Harper's Hall. Harper's Hall actually reminds me of sort of a proto Harry Potter at his school of learning, or even a Wizard of Earthsea with Ged at his School of Learning for Wizardry. It has some similarities to that, and this was first. So I would not be surprised if this actually influenced those two young adult fantasy fictions that came later on, A Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, and Harry Potter's World by a certain Harry Potter person, J.K. Rowling, of course. So I would not be surprised if the Harper Hall series and this book too, with her in this central training place for Harper's, where she's out of place, and it was not something that that resonated in fantasy fans like Ursula K. Le Guin or like a J.K. Rowling that wrote later. I would not be surprised if that was the case at all. So, but anyway, there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. There's Dragonsinger. I think it's very good. It's very well written. I give it a 9 out of 10. I give the whole series a 9 out of 10. I think it's by now Anne McCaffrey has gotten her groove on as a writer. This series is nominated for Hugo's and Nebula's. She was the first female to actually win both of those awards in the science fiction sort of things, and so forth. So she's an incredibly talented and gifted writer who also hit some books out of the park when it came to sales. So she's name is actually, I think, very beloved by both the fantasy and the science fiction communities. But anyway, I'll go ahead and leave you to that. There's Dragonsinger. Have you read Dragonsinger? What did you think of it? Did you agree or disagree with anything that I mentioned here? I'd be happy to engage you with that further in the comments below. If you like this video, please feel encouraged to hit that subscribe button. There's going to be so many more of these to follow. And finally, hey, I just want to take some time out of my video to thank you for taking some time out of your day and watching my video. Because we all have so many things happening in our lives. We're pulled in so many different directions, right? So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling. And I really do appreciate that. So thanks again, and have a great day.